Today we're going to dive into the really powerful personal journey that's laid out in the song Where the River Breathes. It's this incredible story about a traveler who basically leaves their entire world behind to find a new version of themselves in Cambodia. Let's get right into it.
So, this is where it all begins, and it's a feeling I think we can all relate to, right? That need for answers, for something more that you just can't find in your day-to-day life. This isn't just about taking a trip, it's a huge decision to consciously step away from everything familiar, all in the search for something deeper.
All right, section 1. The first real step in any kind of transformation is just leaving. This whole section is about that leap, that transition from the world you know into something completely new and uncertain.
What's interesting is the journey doesn't really start on the ground. It starts up here, in this kind of in-between space, with the hum of a plane. And that line, a heartbeat wrapped in silver sound, wow, that's just perfect. It completely captures that feeling of being suspended, both literally and emotionally, between the life you're leaving behind and the one that's waiting for you.
And then, boom, you've arrived. The shift is immediate. You're pulled from that sterile, recycled airplane air right into the thick, warm, living atmosphere of a Cambodian night. You can practically feel that warm air on your skin and hear the distant sound of laughter. It's a total sensory immersion into a brand new world.
And what's really amazing is how fast our traveler feels connected. This isn't some detached, touristy experience. It's about this immediate sense of belonging, where people you've never met become friends so easily, and every single smile feels like a genuine welcome. Okay, so all these new sights and sounds, they start building towards the absolute core idea of the song, this search for an inner peace that can finally quiet down a restless mind.
So what does it actually mean, the river's breath? Well, it's not just a physical place on a map. It's really a metaphor, right? It stands for that deep state of mental quiet, that moment when all the noise, all the chatter in your head just fades away.
And this is it. This is the breakthrough moment. The slow, steady movement of the river starts to mirror the traveler's own mind. The landscape isn't just background scenery anymore. It's actually becoming a healing force, actively calming all that internal chaos.
So now, the journey goes even deeper. It's not just about finding peace in the here and now. It's about connecting that personal calm to the ancient, almost timeless spirit of the land itself.
See, this isn't about just ticking boxes on a tourist itinerary. It's about completely giving in to a different rhythm of life. And that idea that time is softer in the air, that's so powerful. It suggests that the past isn't just history in a book here. It's a living, breathing presence that you can actually feel around you.
This chart just lays it all out, doesn't it? It's the whole transformation in a nutshell. The journey started with a mind full of questions and noise, a product of our modern world. And it's evolving into this state of quiet and stillness, where even time itself feels like it's moving differently.
And this is where the journey really turns inward. The outside world is no longer just something to observe, it's a guide. Every little wave on the water becomes like a key, unlocking parts of the traveler that they maybe didn't even know existed. Okay, here we are. We're now arriving at the absolute emotional peak of this whole story. This is that moment of catharsis, that point where everything just comes together in this huge, powerful release.
And the way this release happens is just so beautiful. It starts with something purely physical, the feeling of cool water on your skin. That physical sensation then triggers an emotional cleansing, like it's washing away old pain. And finally, it becomes a spiritual connection, feeling the history of the land through bare feet on sacred ground.
It's such a beautiful paradox, isn't it? The idea that sometimes you have to get completely and totally lost in a place you don't know to finally truly find yourself. This one simple phrase is pretty much the heart of the entire journey.
1,000 journeys into one. Standing there, at the gates of Angkor, it feels like every single moment of the trip, every little conversation, every quiet moment by the river, it all just converges into this one single, overwhelming, transformative feeling. It's like 1,000 tiny discoveries suddenly become one massive realization. So you've hit this incredible emotional peak, but then what? The story isn't over. And this brings up the most important question, right? How does an experience like this actually stick with you? What's the real, lasting impact? The change is just profound. You can see here, the journey didn't just give the traveler some answers. It helped them forge a whole new identity. That former self was literally left behind.
The old uncertainty is replaced by a new confidence, where any road can be a guide. A whole new kind of freedom has taken hold.
And this is really the ultimate takeaway. It's this beautiful idea that by connecting with something huge and timeless, like the sky and the sea, your own sense of self actually expands to match it. Your inner world gets bigger to fit the vast new world you've just discovered.
And so the journey doesn't really end. It integrates. Yeah, the plane will take off again someday, but the change is permanent. A piece of that quiet, a piece of that river's breath, is now something the traveler carries inside them forever. It's a permanent part of who they've become.
You know, even though this story is set in Cambodia, it's really universal. It kind of leaves us with a question to think about for ourselves. What journey do you need to take, and it could be across the world or just across town, to find your own river's breath and become the person you're truly meant to be?